Dear Diary, you know how important an artist studio is to, well, them and their practice and their work. I think I knew this in the back of my head for a while, but given the nature of being a broke art student, you kind of just have to move your studio wherever and make space wherever. But that's the thing with Thesis, Diary. Having my own space now and getting my own little corner to populate, to make work, to make life. Do you know how game changing it is not to have to clean up after yourself after every single work session? I mean, I'm used to doing it at home too because especially in the city, I live in a shoebox, but in OCAD, even I usually take over rooms, Diary, and therefore I have to clean up after myself and be wary of what I leave behind. But here it is my own little jungle. I can do whatever I want. I can spread out. I can make a mess. Like, no one really judges me. Well, not that they've told me to my face. Anyway, so yeah, Diary, welcome to the studio. We talked a little bit about it in the last entry. I love it. I will eat, sleep, breathe, die, get buried, get revived, give birth. It is my pride and joy. Any friends I've met over the course of the last few months, like September, October, I've been like, hey, do you want to check out my studio? Because I love it. And because I love it, I spend a lot of time kind of reorganizing and orienting around it, and figuring out how to best maximize it. Because as you can see, I'm a bit of a clutter bug. Most people that know me well wouldn't exactly describe me as a clean girl per se. Not that there's anything wrong with being one. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with not being one then. But yeah, Diary, if I'm being honest with you, there've been a few hiccups here in the studio, mostly being space. As you can see on my left and right, like the table to my exact left here with the easel, that's not my space. And the little table you see on my right, the little wooden table, that is also not mine. So it's tight, it's back to back really, and then around my little corner there's someone else. There's about 35 of us in this room. It's not a small room, but I mean, think about it, artists gotta spread out, right? So I need to figure out how to maximize the space and make sure I don't jeopardize anyone else's work with my mess, because I'm a messy painter and a messy girl. Diary, you know this. I'm not the most proud of it, and I'm trying to keep it contained. Like, it's not like I take pride in overrunning my studio with clutter and mess, but that's why I keep reorganizing it. Right now I'm trying to build a shelf to organize it, to keep things a little more streamlined, but I need to find a better way of organizing my space, as you'll see me try and figure out. So this is us building. So far things have been pretty good, Diary. I mean, I've just been practicing, working, looking for jobs, applying for jobs. Some other projects have come up, namely this one. This one. But honestly, Diary, it's a pleasure. I'm excited to be able to look back on this when I'm through it, because right now it very much feels like I'm in the eye of the storm. Things are moving fast. I'm working on getting my my solo show secured, but it's a fight for space, truly and honestly. It's like the space economy. Getting space is expensive, taking up space is expensive and difficult, and you know me, I work big, Diary, and I only want to work bigger. So yeah, it's been a bit of a challenge, but we're figuring it out. So reorganizing helps. Like, already with this shelf underneath with my stuff, I found this cardboard box. Honestly, Diary, Reuse Depot, if you remember me talking about that last year, it's like a little recycling depot where people leave lost or no longer needed objects. So I found this huge cardboard box, which has been great to put all my experiments in. So hopefully this looks a little less crazy. I need to free up this table space so I have more space to make stuff. But yeah, wall space is limited. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. But yeah, in the studio, I talked about it last time too, I'm not so alone, really. I have peers coming in frequently, and we're encouraged in Thesis to meet with our profs and bring them into our studio spaces. So that's helped a lot. And actually, Diary, before in between filming this and in between sessions of cleaning and being in the studio, my prof made some recommendations to me, and she suggested some ways that maybe I can maximize my studio and maximize my practice, really. I'm realizing that I'm a very gestural, movement-based person, and that's where this chaos comes from. Look at what's on the wall right now, painterly explosions, even the material being everywhere. I like to be free, I like to have stuff out, I like to be able to move and access it easily. I like big gestures in my work. So maybe I need to think about how I can free up more of this wall. But for now, I'm organizing my paint. Yeah, the other thing is, if you've noticed, I've accumulated a lot more junk, and it looks like junk, but I'm using it. I swear, Diary, don't judge me. I'm using it. Because remember that materials and methods class I told you about? I still love paint, and I still have a lot of it, but I'm also trying things like natural materials. Like I don't want to spoil too much, but I've been playing with turmeric and powders and pigments and making my own paint and using unorthodox materials. Like I used some moss the other day, hated it. It looked very muddy and gross, but I tried it. Diary, this semester is all about trying and experimenting, like I said. So here we're trying to find ways to make new space and make this space look like less of a junk corner. I think so far it's already looking a little better, don't you? I think we're getting there, but there's some key things that, I don't know, need to evolve. What else needs to evolve, Diary? I don't know. I think I need to do more thinking, and that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm laying out a giant sheet of paper that I'm planning to nail to the wall, because maybe having, like, you know that meme of that guy who's standing against the wall and he's got all the red threads, he looks crazy? I want to be him. I think I need a thought wall to write down all these thoughts and make connections over, like, where my ideas are going. Like you know, I've been reading a lot of books. I've been reading the Gita, which is like the Hindu Bible, basically. And I haven't really been raised with Hinduism, but like my culture is a side of me I want to explore. Here's me putting up the thought bubble paper to write all this stuff down, because yeah, I need to find connections in my thoughts. But the thing is, like, the connections will be there. I am the filter that filters my thoughts, and I am the thing that connects them too, right? Damn, you can really see me struggling to nail it. But I get there. So yeah, I've been reading the Gita, and like there's certain strands of things that are really connecting with me. You saw me painting about that last time. That painting with the 3 guys, that was about that. I'm going to talk about that more next entry too. This entry, I mostly just want to talk about the studio and getting oriented, because that's what I still feel like I'm doing. Like October is slowly rolling in. I'm kind of in a rhythm. Like the studio doesn't quite feel so foreign and fresh anymore. I'm sure it looks it, like all this work that you've seen, all this mess that you've seen, like I haven't brought in any stuff that I've made before this semester. This is all stuff that's been accumulated in the last like month and a half, 2 months. So I think that's good, Diary. I'm not having any regrets about that, to be honest with you. But I just need to figure out, like, the time's flying by. Like, I can't believe it's already October. And so I'm just worried that if I keep kind of just breezing by and breezing through, like, the time is going to fly me by, and I'm going to be, like, caught with my pants down come May, come grad X. So I kind of think getting organized physically in my space also kind of will mirror that mentally. Even just as I'm taking out and I'm looking, like, when I organize, I look at all the material I've accumulated, right? So I do this pretty often. You'll see the studio undergo a variety of changes over the course of these entries. And I think that's a good thing. Like, I want my studio to continually reflect what's going on in my brain, both when I have people visit me so we can understand each other quicker, and like it's a visual map of my thoughts, but also then for me, right? So I can take a step out of my head and understand really what's going on. But yeah, material. Like, I've been collecting a lot of powder. Like I said, I've been working with pigment, but even like rangolis. So with October coming up, so is Diwali, and I had to make a rangoli outside, which is like basically like a sand mandala, with like designs and stuff, but colored sand. Love it. I really, really love it. But yeah, with collecting comes clutter, right? I'm playing with different kinds of brushes. I'm using wire brushes. I'm using cleaning brushes, things that aren't really maybe supposed to be used for painting, but like, fuck that. I use it for painting because I can. And because I want to. And that's the kind of approach I want to take this year, is like kind of just breaking down any kind of prior knowledge and starting from scratch, getting creative, getting fresh, getting new, trying new things. That's what I really need to do right now. I still kind of feel like I'm getting caught in familiar habits and like familiarity, really. I don't know if I'm making the best use out of all my time. And sometimes in the studio, I feel like I'm here mindlessly, and I don't know if that's a good thing. But, you know, we keep it pushing, Diary. I'm doing the best I can. And I think this space definitely looks a lot more organized than it did a couple of minutes ago. In real time, a couple hours, actually. Every few weeks, I spend a couple hours in here just getting a gauge. And also just resetting. Like I said, like, it's awesome not having to clean up. Like, not having to clean up before you go, but it's not good to leave things crazy either, for myself, if no one else. But also for the sake of other people. I know I said no one's judging, but like, sometimes maybe they are. Yeah, so you can see me thinking, because I don't know if this is the best orientation. I like it and it's settled for now, but who knows? Who knows, diary, where the semester is going to take us. I know, I know what comes ahead, because this lasted a few days, weeks. The table lasted a few weeks, and then here we are, diary. Are you ready? Are you ready for it? Oh, these are some books. These are important. Oh, wait, we're not ready for it yet. Sorry, diary, I teased you. And we're still cleaning up. Okay, but I'll tell you the secret. Basically, my professor hinted that I should get rid of my table entirely, and I think that is actually a really great idea. So here it is. It looks kind of crazy still, I know that. This is, again, me in the process a few weeks later, because I kind of got caught up in the flurry of this semester, so I didn't film all of it, but this is me after I got rid of the table, and holy fuck, she was so right. The work looks insane right now, and I'm still going through it, but I just want to show you the evolution of, like, where the studio has been over the last few months. I took pictures throughout the course of a semester, but I didn't, like, take videos throughout, because I just get so locked in my own head, I think. But you can see that it was in flux for a while, but getting rid of the table let me focus a lot more on wall work. And like I mentioned, that is something that was really, like, it's necessary. Like, I work really big. The smallest wall work here is what's on the wall and has been on the wall for a while. And I finally get to work on it as soon as I go out of this table. Like, look how much more space I have. So I think this is the way we're going to continue, diary. There's still some renovations that need to be done. I'm still settling in. But for now, this is kind of what it's looking like. This is where we are at the end of the semester. So I'll see you next entry.